Hello, my name is John Bullion, and I will be discussing things to keep in mind when visiting Japan for the first time with an emphasis on interaction. For many visitors from the West, Japan is a mysterious and exotic location. You should be prepared when you arrive to deal with the economic, social, and professional environment. The first thing you will need to do after ensuring you have your passport, as in Japan everyone is responsible for carrying identification on their person, is to exchange your currency for the local yen. This can be done at banks, airports, and some hotels. Remember, your American ATM card will only work at the post office or any Citibank locations. Many outlets will not accept them. You will be adjusting to a different time zone. If you're traveling from America, you will lose a day. Your first destination may be a hotel, so in regard to travel, there are conventional options such as buses, rental cars. You'll need an international license if that's your option, or travel by train. Many consider public transportation in Japan to be excellent. You may buy tickets per trip for an electronic vendor. However, it's highly suggested you purchase a rail pass, as this card is treated like a bus pass in the United States that can be accepted on virtually all train routes. Some helpful words and phrases to learn are sumimasen, which means excuse me, and arigato, which means thank you. This is an important one. Also, a phrase like watashi wa McDonald's ikimasu, I'm going to McDonald's, for when you have sampled enough of the local cuisine and are craving something from home. Also, kiku desu, I've had enough, could be useful, as you will observe that drinking is an important aspect in Japanese culture. Whether drinking with friends or having a work-related discussion after work's business hours, entertaining, remember that there is protocol when drinking. You should always allow your host to pour your drinks, and you should also pour drinks for others, as pouring your own drink may insinuate you have a problem with drinking. When eating, remember that slurping your noodles indicates that you have enjoyed the meal. To consume them silently would show you did not. You should always remember to thank the host, arigato, after a meal and allow them to pay. The Japanese people observe protocol, formality, and have a high regard for symbolism. A smile to us may represent happiness or joy. However, a smile in Japan could represent uncertainty, bitterness, shame, even anger. Keep your hand gestures or facial expressions to a minimum, as this could be found to be very distracting. When dressing in Japan, especially for business, your attire should be dark and conservative, blues and grays for men, and women should not wear pants or suits or high-heeled shoes, as this could be offensive to Japanese men. Also, don't lean over your meal to eat, even though some men do, as gender rules are prevalent in the Japanese culture. Gift-giving is a symbolic gesture of appreciation and gratitude. In Japan, it is customary to offer and accept a gift with both hands. The emphasis is placed on the manner in which the gift is given, as it represents a show of respect and appreciation. The ceremony in this is traditional and expected. The gift should never be given as is, but wrapped in a box or tasteful package. The actual gift may be less impressive than the package. The effort and thought into the ceremony is more important than the actual gift itself. This intent in a business scenario indicates that you expect a solid and fruitful relationship. The gift should be a moderate gift, not too modest but not too extravagant, as custom dictates a return gift of half the value in order. There is a protocol in allowing the associate to know during the course of the discussion that you're having that you have a gift to give them at the end of the meeting. They would be unaccustomed to being surprised otherwise. The gift is a gesture of goodwill and should be emphasized that it is a minor item, and the real importance is what is expected to come from the meeting. It may be refused, but this is customary. Never open the gift. Do that in private. There are stores that can wrap a gift in accordance with traditional norms. Some common gifts range from beef products, fruits, and alcohol like whiskey or bourbon. Also, Japanese enjoy high-end retail brands from outlet stores. Regarding introduction, a bow is expected, but a handshake is also now common. Remember, the depth of the bow determines status. Also, you will want to have many business cards with you as a means of introduction. These cards are called mishi. Like with gifts, they should be given and received with both hands. The card has your information posted in Japanese on one side and your native language on the other. When you receive the card, appear to examine it and remember the information. Do not mark or damage the card, as this gives off the intention that you're being neglectful. After you examine the card, place it in your inside pocket. A conventional business meeting will not occur until this process is complete. Lastly, despite that Japanese adherence to formality and politeness, they may be very direct with you in regard to asking personal information, such as how much you make. For instance, how would you feel about attempting to guess a stranger's age upon request? Good luck, and thank you, or as they say in Japan, arigato. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments box. I've also provided reference sources for your availability.